So here we are in the Veni cooking kitchen.
Welcome, I'm Vanessa. Today we are going to make stuffed cabbage rolls. It's a very old Transylvanian recipe, but I want to get right to the ingredients. First of all, we have some ground pork and rice here, and you have the ingredients on the website. And also some onions. So I blended all this together. Now we need some salt. Salt it a little bit. And
how much salt is that?
You just salt to taste.
Salt to taste.
Yeah, to taste. It's, you know, you get a feel for it. And a little pepper.
And pepper.
Yeah, and then we put on 4 eggs. And then we'll blend all this here together. And we need the eggs for lightness. And if you like, you can put some parsley, some fresh or some dried parsley into it as well, and blend this all together.
Wow, you're good at eggs. You're fast.
What we also have here are cabbages, and these are sour cabbages. I made them myself. I'm in a crock pot, which is like making sauerkraut, but that would be another lesson.
Yes.
So you'd have to tune into it again. So we will fill these cabbages, and we also will use the sauerkraut that I also made myself. But that will be all in the next step, which I will show you in the next step.
Thank you. Welcome back. Here we are again.
Hello, here we are again with our cabbage rolls. What I'm doing now, I take these sour cabbage heads, which you can buy in the store, but you can also make them yourself. And I take the leaves off very, very carefully. And you will see one comes one way and one you tear off the other way. So you get all these leaves off. And when they break a little bit, it's not a big deal. And you peel it down to the point where you have a tiny little cabbage left over that you can't really use for it because the cabbage rolls would be too little. So I'm chopping this here very, very finely, and we have a pot ready on the side here that has a little strainer on the inside, something that keeps it off the bottom, because you don't want to the cabbage rolls to stick to the bottom. So I'm just going to put this cabbage in like this, and a little bit of my sauerkraut. We'll take this out. This is horseradish. So now we have a nice little bed here. And then we take a cabbage leaf, put it down like this, take enough for a little cabbage roll, put it at the end, fold it over, then fold it this way and fold it this way, and roll it up. Okay?
Wow.
And we'll do another one right away. Now when the cabbage leaves get smaller, then of course you have to make your roll smaller too. So here we go like this.
What kind of cabbage was this to begin with?
White cabbage.
White cabbage?
Just white, or the green cabbage, whatever it's called.
It was a regular cabbage?
Yeah. Look how beautiful these are. Now, I have to tell you something. If you don't have a sour cabbage like this, you can also make it with regular cabbage. And take the leaves, boil the whole cabbage in water, and then the leaves come off easy. Or you can freeze it for about a couple of days, and then take it out, let it defrost, and the leaves will come off really easy.
That's a frozen raw cabbage or a frozen boiled cabbage?
A frozen raw cabbage or a boiled cabbage. So see?
Very nice.
Now we make all these cabbage rolls, and then we'll set them into the pot.
So they go on top of the bed of sauerkraut.
Yeah, we do one layer, and then we put sauerkraut again. We do another layer sauerkraut, another layer sauerkraut up to the top.
So they all have little beds.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see you back when I've done all that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi there.
We're back for installment number 3 in this
Yes,
lesson.
for the cabbage rolls.
The cabbage rolls, okay?
Now, look at these cabbage rolls
Oh,
here.
you
Don't
filled
they
the
look
whole pot up.
fantastic? They're
Yeah.
about 3 rows now.
Yes.
So all I have to do is put another row of sauerkraut on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And the sauerkraut juice is very important to be in here.
Yes.
Actually, here I kept some sauerkraut juice from here as well. But I'm going to add up the last cabbage rolls here.
Okay.
Doesn't make a full layer, doesn't matter. So you get about 60 cabbage rolls. Some of them are very, very large here. And also what I have to do is chop this here as well. The last one.
Usually the last little bit of cabbage.
Yeah,
it's too
this
small
is
for
too small for the
rolls.
thing. So we put some on the top.
Oh.
And we put a little more sauerkraut on the top. And then if you like, yeah, and the juice from the cabbages, it's very, very, very healthy juice. And if you like, 3 strips of bacon, or 4 strips, you can use regular bacon. We happen to have fantastic Ayrshire bacon here. So, oh, it's still a little frozen, doesn't matter.
Ayrshire bacon is a Scottish cut of bacon,
fantastic bacon, yeah. We
That's
have an
the
organic butcher, right? And it's your favorite bacon, Dean, right?
Oh, it's my very favorite. Mmm,
So-
yum, yum, yum.
Now we close it with the lid. We have some juice in there. We put it onto the stove.
It's electric stove, you're not using the gas stove for this?
No, because I like to have very low heat. I put it at about 4.
4, okay.
Which may take about 40 minutes for it to start boiling and steaming.
Yes.
And it should not cook fast.
Should not cook
Absolutely,
fast.
you need to have patience for that.
Okay.
It takes about 3-4 hours on very low heat to steam through.
For that amount.
For that amount.
So if you had half that amount, maybe a little less,
Yeah.
right?
Well, what I would suggest to you, make a large batch, because you go through a lot of preparations and trouble and mixing stuff up and mess, right? So, yeah, make a few more.
Thank you.
You're welcome.